In the city centre, it does feel like a revolution is underway. The city hall has become a headquarters for protesters. All day people came in, just have a look, or enjoy the food and hot drinks, or even to catch a nap. And amidst all this, a workman valiantly removes the carpet so that it won't get damaged in these extraordinary times. The problem for the opposition is, where do they go from here? How do they turn occupation into political victory?
The way to resolve this crisis is through early presidential and parliamentary elections. We want a no-confidence resolution in the government of Ukraine. This government should resign.
Pictures have emerged from Sunday night that show the police were, at times, brutal in their treatment of protesters and journalists. Anton is a photographer, one of dozens who were beaten by riot police. He pleaded with them to stop. These are his bruises, and this is all that's left of his camera. But the police were also on the receiving end. Officials say 35 were hurt by protesters. Some are in hospital. Away from the city centre, there are no protests, just the grim routine of life in a cold winter. This is where we met Tatiana, selling cabbage, and very much in favour of political change.
We were on our knees for a long time, but now it's time to wake up. I'm grateful to the protesters. I want my children and grandchildren to have better lives.
Back in Independence Square, and people are prepared for another long night. In speech after speech, they say Ukraine is part of Europe.
There's no sign that protesters are prepared to leave Independence Square, so the government has to make a decision whether to stay away in the hope that things just eventually fizzle out, or to send police into the square and remove these protesters by force.
The crowds have blocked roads, they've put guards on the barricades. They control the centre of Kiev, but to overthrow the government, they'll have to convince the rest of the country to follow them.